Hey guys, so today I'm going to take you with me as we try to treat my Magnolia Scale with this product, Malathion. If I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, insect control, but it is made for scale. And so I've already done a few treatments on my magnolia trees, and I'll let you know what those are as well, but it includes calcium uh, extract, as well as the fish emulsion, fish and kelp emulsion, just to give it strength, and you try to nourish it from within before treating the exterior. Oh, I've also used neem oil. So I've already applied a few different uh, potential solutions, and I'm going to try this as well. And I just wanted to take you with me because there aren't many videos on applying this to magnolia trees that I've been able to find. So hopefully it's helpful to you, and I will keep you updated on the progress and whether or not this worked. I know some of you, those of you that have magnolia trees and are just going out of your minds with how fast the takedown is by this scale. And I don't know if any of you guys have experienced what I've experienced, but my scale was like, it was an infestation because I put down leaf mulch. Yes, leaf mulch instead of regular mulch. I thought it would be better for my garden, which it has been on the whole, but the magnolia trees, there must have been a batch that was infested with scale, and so my magnolia trees are being taken down. Not all of them, just two of them, and they were just gorgeous, and now I'll show you. So here's my magnolia tree that has been affected by the scale, and I believe it's because we put down this leaf mulch instead of regular mulch. The rest of the trees and flowers I have here in my garden did pretty well. The only thing that was affected was my magnolia, and I believe a couple of my dappled willow trees. It burned them, so I think maybe their root system is more along the lines of the surface, and so the leaf mulch is really hot. It may have burned them, and so the tips of my dappled willow burned off. The magnolia trees, I thought the same thing happened, and it's very possible that that's what happened, but I also believe there was scale within the load of mulch that I put on them, that it infested them, because my other magnolia trees just fine with the same leaf mulch surrounding it. So anyway, this is a non-healthy tree, and I'll show you the difference. This is what it looked like, size and everything. So I'll show you. Here is an example of a beautiful healthy branch. They're very light colored. They're almost like a powdery white or brown, but a very light color and nice and clear. Okay, this is my healthy one. Let me zoom in a little bit again onto the branching so you can see. Very nice. And here is the infested one, and I know I missed a few spots, but let me see if I can find a good example for you. But you can see the bark. Oops, maybe not here. You can see the bark. It looks very weathered and damaged. Okay, here's an infestation right there. You see that? And so, out of panic, here's what I've done so far. I sprayed it with neem oil. So I mixed about 2 ounces of the neem oil, even though it says 1 ounce. It's because it's an outside tree and there was such a bad infestation. I used 2 ounces of the neem oil in 1 gallon of water in the sprayer. I sprayed it the evening that I realized that there were things all over this tree. So I did that the first night. Then the next morning I came out and decided I can't just sit and allow, I mean, they had infested every part of it. It was so heartbreaking, and this was the most beautiful magnolia tree. So I took out a coarse sponge, the scrubbing part of it, and I just started scrubbing down every single branch, and it got wet from the nastiness of that scale, from smashing all of them. But then I got a brush and started brushing every single branch. Obviously, I missed that one, but I was just trying to do my best to get it all off. So that was the second thing I did. Then the third thing I did was I ran across a video that said calcium is a really great resource to keep pests away. And so I had tried it on a strawberry plant of mine that was being attacked by some sort of caterpillar. They were taking, there were no leaves on my strawberry plant. I poured the calcium concentrate solution onto the plant and into its base, and the next day there were brand new leaves, and now it's zero pest damage now. And so I thought, wow, let me try that mixture for the magnolia and help it to build itself, because it helps in the circulation of the plant. And I can't help but believe that I make the calcium extract by using eggshells and vinegar. So I'll let you guys know that a little bit later, or I'll give you the recipe of that a little bit later. But I believe the calcium is not something pests like. I don't know if it contains sort of like sugar crystals, maybe those eggshell crystals type of thing, or some sort of element that really irritates them or cuts them up, or whatever the case may be. That's what I'm hopeful for. So again, it nourishes the plant and it helps with circulation. And so those darn bugs that were all over the branches, destroying its circulation, I sprayed that mixture on. I did a foliar spray, branch spray, and after it rained yesterday, I then poured about 2 gallons of it into the base of the plant. And I did it. I also, I just sort of rained it on top of them using my handheld watering can, the 2-gallon one. I just sort of rained it on top and got the leaves and had it go right into the basically the water line of the tree, the base of the tree. So those are the 3 applications or procedures that I used to try and save my magnolia tree. And then my final hope is this Malathion, which I'm going to mix 2 tablespoons per gallon for that, and it's going to be a foliar spray. But I believe I'll wait until this evening to do that, because I'm not sure if it's got any oils in it. Again, there isn't that much instruction on it, so I just want to play it safe, like neem oil. You don't want to burn the leaves, and do it in the day when the sun is shining. So we're going to give that a try next, and then I'll give you guys I won't upload this video until I see some results, whether it goes south or and what I'll do is, because I have 2 magnolia trees that are affected like this, I will only use that spray on one of them, so that we can sort of have some sort of control over this experiment and see if it was the spray that helped or if it was the other procedures that I tried. See in a bit. Just to show you, here's what happened with I'm thinking the leaf mulch on my dappled willow tree. It used to be full over here. It was beautiful and round and huge, and now it's limbless and awkward and burnt, like that. This is what was happening. Most of them I tried to cut off just to help the energy just stay within the, or keep the energy for new growth and like aesthetics as well. I didn't want a bunch of burned ends. But yeah, so be wary of leaf mulch if you get it. Here's the second magnolia tree. Again, I'll zoom in. Isn't that horrible? It's just heartbreaking how fast they took down this gorgeous tree. And they really, really concentrate themselves on the new growth, and they surround it to the point where it looks like it's part of the plant. Let's see if I can get it into the light. Yeah. See that? Like, look at that. Look at that. Oh, they make me so angry. But you know what? They fell off so easily. They really did such a number. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. So maybe what we'll do is this tree is the one that I'll apply the solution to, and I won't on the other one. And let's see what happens, because I really love natural solutions. I don't know much about that insect spray. I don't like insect sprays. I feel like they never work anyway. They only sort of kill the tree. But we'll see. Okay, so it's all bare on this side. What I'm hoping happens is it starts new growth and the bark sort of heals. That's what I'm hoping for. Alright guys, so we're ready to apply the Malathion, and I mixed it in the laundry room. I put 2 tablespoons, like regular tablespoons, of the solution into 1 gallon of water, and I have to tell you, it stank. It is one heck of a chemical, and we're down here at this magnolia tree, and we're going to test this solution out on this one. So we're just going to, it says to completely drench it. It's kind of windy today, which stinks, so I'm standing upwind of it. I mean, if this doesn't kill them, I don't know what will, because it smells horrible. Very chemically, which is kind of scary to me. You know, like, what am I putting on this thing? And I hope I don't get it on myself. So I'm drenching it. As you can see, it's like dripping. That's all the scale. Let's zoom in and just see if anything happens, if they react in any way. I did find another YouTube video on a totally organic way to kill these things, and it includes baking soda, neem oil, and water. And so I'm going to do that on the other tree. another guy was using alcohol. He put some rubbing alcohol in water. I wasn't paying attention to how much, but that's what he used, and he said it kills them on contact, and it's something that he does to his household plants. So this is where they're all congregated right here on this branch. So far I'm not really seeing anything, but I'm going to go ahead and spray the whole tree, and then I'll show you the results after about a week. Okay, stay tuned. So because I didn't want to put that mixture in my sprayer, I'm going to just use the watering can for the other magnolia tree. And so what I did was I put 2 tablespoons, this is a 2-gallon watering can. I put 2 tablespoons of baking soda, about 2 ounces of neem oil, and about 2 squirts of dishwashing detergent. And we're going to just mix that, because I can't mix it in the watering can really. And we'll just add it to the 2 gallons of water here. Okay. And then I'll mix it some more with my bamboo stick and then take it out to the tree and start drenching the tree. So now we're at this magnolia tree in the front of the house, and it's going to be difficult to hold the watering can and video at the same time. I wish I was a pro, but I'm not. So I'm just gonna dredge it like this. And I'm really surprised that mixture looks pretty effective in the water. I thought it would disappear, but all the water turned this beige color, which makes me happy. So I'll put the camera down and I'll do the rest of the tree. Some of those branches are over my head, so I'll pull those down, bend those down and drench them. Probably the most difficult task ever. Good thing it was all organic, because I got some of it in my mouth and all over me. But I think it didn't do a fantastic job of coverage, but you know, I think the water will eventually run down and get the whole branch. Regardless, we dredged the soil as well with that mixture too, so I think we're in good shape here. So we'll come back after a week and show you the results. Okay, for the tree that I'm trying to use organic means in getting rid of the scale, for this tree it's midweek, and I'm going to use some alcohol and water solution to try and get rid of these ones that have been here or have recently hatched. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Right there, right there. These are on the bottom portion of the trunk, and so I'd like to, and they're starting to make their way up, and so I'd like to spray those with this solution. And supposedly this kills them on contact. This was a method prescribed by a gentleman on YouTube for his indoor plants. And I'm just going to spray down the whole tree with this solution. And so looking forward to giving you guys an update a little later this week, or maybe next week, and show you how it's coming along. But so far so good. I'm definitely seeing a small difference in the health of the bark, and hopefully there's going to be more improvement by next week. Stay tuned. So I used a lot of it to cover the tree, and I forgot to mention that I used about an ounce of alcohol, rubbing alcohol. It happened to have winter green coloring and smell for whatever reason. I don't know. It's not like people are supposed to be drinking rubbing alcohol, but anyway, that's the one that I had in the house. That's the one I used, along with just, what is this, 26 ounces. I went like all the way up to the neck, I believe, of just regular water, and then an ounce of that rubbing alcohol. Okay guys, it's been about 10 days later, not exactly a week. Time flew by, but I wanted to show you the difference. This is the purely organic treatment that we used on this magnolia tree, and I'm absolutely seeing a tremendous difference, and it could just be in the love that we're showing it, because I continued with the scraping of any of the scales that I saw hatched, newly hatched. Scraped those down, continued the foliar spraying of the neem oil, dish soap and water mixture, probably like every 3 days or something like that. I did it on this tree, and we've got one there that I see scale, but that's it. I mean, you remember the last video. Oh, there's a little bit there. Am I showing it right there? So there's just a bit here or there, and now the tree, I think, is getting strong enough to fight it back. But look at the new growth. Look at all this new growth. That's such a great sign. I'm really, really happy it's making a comeback. We could have very easily lost this tree. I mean, my husband was like, maybe we just need to, get it out of there, cut it down completely, and replace it. And as you can see, we fought and we won. There seems to, like, anytime I see this type of, texture to the bark, I'm just grabbing a little stick off the ground and just scraping away. I don't want these things on here, but so I'm just, there's more scale right here. See, it's trying to keep going, and it's going to continue to try, so I believe the treatments are going to have to continue until I don't see them on here anymore. And then maybe even after that, I'll continue the treatments, like maybe on a monthly basis and into next year, just to make sure. Yeah, see, they're trying to congregate right there. So I'll be scraping all those down, and then I'll probably give it another neem oil spray this evening. So this is the natural tree. It's looking great. There's hope, guys. There's hope. Here's the magnolia tree where we used the Malathion on it, and I have to be honest, I haven't done much scraping, if any, of this since I started using that product. It's a little bit, it feels like it's harder to get into here for me. I do see several new leaves. It seems much fuller to me, and we could really tell from the back side here, or maybe you can tell better, but it's still somewhat bare. I feel like it might be filling in more from the front than the back. And I have an issue. I've got a lot of low hanging branches here, and you pick these guys up and it's full. So I'm struggling with these lower branches that are all against the ground. I don't want to cut them out yet. Maybe at the end of summer I will trim those off. Looks like we've still got some issues here. Let me see if I can clear that up. Nope. Sorry guys, it's not focusing very well, but that's all scale. small scale, so I need to come in here and really scrape this down, but I've given this about 4 treatments, maybe 3 treatments since I started. I'm just worried because it's a chemical. So far so okay. I don't know if it's, I can't really say if it's working or not. I think it is working. I think my issue with this one is I'm just not scraping it down like I was with the other one. But you saw the amount of growth. Like none of these are really taking off like the other one. Like the other one had about 6 inches of new growth. These are just filling in with leaves. I'm not seeing any branches taking off, you know, full of energy, full of power. It's not like that. So, yeah. So I'm going to just continue the Malathion treatment and see if I can scrape down as many of these nasty things as I can, but there's no, I can't see getting in here. It's just so dense with the foliage. It's going to be so difficult. And I'm tired. I think the other one was just easier because it had less. This one is just too much work to do. So maybe I'll just keep spraying it. Yeah, I don't think any scraping is going to help either. Like, I would have to scrape every single one of these. So I'm sure there are some of you out there in the same situation here where you've got a tree and it's just, you just want a spray that's going to do it. So we're just going to continue using that spray this year and see what happens with this tree. And then come fall, I'll start trimming the branches and give it some more natural treatments and take care of it into next year. But thanks for watching. That was our test. I feel like the natural solution is way better. And I think the scraping helps tremendously. I don't know how, because the packaging on the treatment that I bought, the Malathion, it says really you can't use it so often. You should use it like, you know, after 7 days or something like that. And so I'm going to end up having to use that treatment minimally in that way for the rest of the season. Whereas the natural solution, I mean, I could use that every day, every time I see these things. You know, at this point, like, I can't use it often. I have to wait, and these things are multiplying. Where the natural solution, I could just spray each and every time I see those things, and it kills them on contact. Like I told you, there's that alcohol solution that kills them on contact. I think the baking soda was a really good add to the neem oil. So, you know, I think I like that solution better than the Malathion, but up to you guys, whatever you think would be better. I mean, I know this tree, it looks really good from far away, but you zoom in and it's just, the infestation continues, and it's not going to look this good, I'm sure, by the end of the year, by the end of the season, with the limited amount of spraying that I've got to do with the Malathion. So anyway, I hope you guys got something out of this video. Thanks for sticking around, and hope you check out my other videos on growing fig trees.